Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Much more important than this, especially because on a daily basis we get to know how much of a threat that this is to all of us. And as we go on, and what you're saying on the screen, and for those listening to us on 3FM 92.7, let's stay on this video because this is the Densu River. The Densu that flows through some part of Ghana West. It gets its source from the Wager. In fact, the Wager Dam gets its source from the Densu River. That's what the Wager Dam, as of Tuesday, when we visited the Wager Dam. The Wager Dam, parts of it, we see, looks this way. And this is the source of water for millions of people living not only in the Greater Accra region, but part of the Eastern region. This takes its source from the Etiwa Forest, as a matter of fact, the Densu River.
So you see why we are in court saying government should not mine bauxite in Etiwa.
True. The man you're hearing is Kpebu. He is private legal practitioner and leader of one of 3 individual bondholder groups, and then also the convener of the Kubi Reloaded demonstration, lawyer Kpebu. Good morning. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Kansi. Morning. Good to be here. Yeah, it's exciting. You know, now as I keep getting responses from our fans saying that, yes, you've made the program the #1 in Ghana, right? We are the most listened to. Yes.
Thanks to all of you.
Great. And as usual, let me greet Gamanche, Kentucky, Teku Churu the second. You know, as I always say, that will be the signature tune here. As long as you see me here, Gamanche will be on the agenda for his role in this Appiah matter. Gamanche is asking duty bearers, how can one woman have so much money under her bed? This is the Appiah matter. We will have to get to the bottom of it. It's not going anywhere. If we don't do that, these politicians will continue to loot us. We'll have to get to the bottom of this Appiah matter. And of course, let me greet Osajifo Osiadeyo, Dr. Ajimambedu II, Domahini. He too, you know, I like to say good morning so that he will continue to talk. The fact that he's a traditional leader and a judge shouldn't prevent him from talking, because we are just too quiet as a nation. We're too docile. You don't know what's in the Ghanaian man, right? So Osajifo, more of the show, more fire. And of course, Yasantua, ex-Chief Justice Sophia Kufu. Good morning. Yasantua, we haven't heard from you in a while.
I think the last time.
So we want more fire from Sophia Kufu too. Okay.
Council, thank you very much. And then also to all the guests over the period who have been dedicated and committed to ensuring that at least we represent the voices of the people the best way possible. And also to the team here, doing the best they can to give all the support to make this program what it is today. So yes, it goes to all of them.
Great.
Also, let me welcome Austin Game, who is a celebrated labor expert, a former minister, for that matter, of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Austin Game, good morning, welcome.
Thank you, my friend.
I like your hat, by the way.
You're welcome.
Vintage indeed. And he's not alone dressed with this way this morning. A good friend of this platform and a man of many parts. So today he says I should limit him to one of the leaders of the Ghana coalition against illegal mining in this country. Whenever there is a cause, he shows up, and we've seen him show up for many good causes over the period in this country. Senor Jose, good morning, Senor.
Good morning.
And welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. It's great to also be with my very good friends and my uncle too.
I'd also be joined as we go on by private legal practitioner and the Appiah Kubi, who's a member of parliament for the Asante-Achim North constituency. He has a story to tell about Galamsey in his constituency and what he's done about it. and he's preaching that that can be done in all the other constituencies as well, especially because according to Kennedy Japan, there are some MPP and NDC MPs who are involved in Galamsey. And also Nelson Robson Dafiamekpo, who is a member of parliament for the South Dyke constituency. He's also a private legal practitioner. He would be joining me as well. And as we go on, we would hear from some security analysts who would also have a voice on the issues we're going to be talking about here on Key Point. Remember, we're live on a number of radio stations as well across the country. I would acknowledge them as we go on. But Council, a very quick one. Because you have also been providing some legal support for these protesters who were detained in prison and police custody over the last 2-3 weeks. This week, a number of them were granted bail. Yeah. A number of them were in court yesterday as well for the continuation of their case. One of such persons who has not been granted bail, this is one of two, I think, is Oliver Bakavomao. The court gave reasons why they denied him bail, and you say that those reasons are untenable. Why is that?
Yes, so last week we mentioned that there is a case called Oku versus the Republic, in which the provision that has been used to deny Vomawo bail was expressly dealt with. Justice Taylor considered that provision. So we are talking about section 96, subsection 5. Okay. Yes, one of the considerations that a judge should use in determining whether to grant bail. Remember, the overriding theme or the main thing is that it's a discretion the judge exercises, right? Because all offenses are bailable now, right? Now, in exercising the discretion, the judge considers a number of factors. So one of them is that if the person before the judge, that's the accused person or suspect, is one who is already on bail for a previous offense, right? Then it should influence, not just any offense, an offense that if he is convicted, he may be sentenced to serve more than 6 months. Then the judge can look at that and use it to deny him bail, right? Yes, pure law, that's how it's stated in the section 96, subsection 5 of the Act 30. But the point is that, you know, the laws are subject to interpretation by judges, right? Yeah, judges make law. We can't run away from that. So in 1976, the case of Oku versus the Republic came before Taylor J. I want to say Taylor J. At that time, Justice Taylor was a High Court judge. Subsequently, he rose through the ranks to become a Supreme Court judge. By 1976, he was a High Court judge. So Taylor J looked at that provision and did a lot of analysis from English cases, all that, and concluded that, listen, that's a very dangerous provision, right? Yeah, he said, no, if we are not careful, we are going to use it to stifle the freedoms and personal liberties of our citizens. So he wasn't going with it, and he showed why it's not good. So since then, we've been using it. And you see that already there are indications. Oliver will get bail. It's just a question of time. But of course, you see how I'm even saying it's a question of time. I'm sorry I'm saying it that way, but that's practically how to put it. As I keep saying, one thing is very clear, that as a society, we don't understand that principle that personal liberties are priceless. That one is very clear to me, that we don't understand it. We don't. Not with the current state of our law. We don't understand that principle.
You've advocated for legal reforms.
Yes, nobody can convince me that we understand what it means when we say personal liberties are priceless. No. Because like I keep saying, you saw what the judge did last week. The case is called on Tuesday, and then you adjourn till Monday. 5 days. That's not personal liberties being priceless. Because, and I'm talking about the context of this case, because these are misdemeanors. Or if it were murder, right, and let's say the facts were that, even though we know an accused is innocent until proven guilty, if it were murder, it was one which said, touch wood, maybe Evans has shot this Appiah, right? Let's just say touch wood. We pray it doesn't happen. But let's say the facts show that Evans pulled a gun out of anger and shot Appiah. Oh, that one, if the judges are adjourning for 2 weeks, you won't see me say the same thing. But the context is that these ones are misdemeanors. And misdemeanors are the smallest of our crimes. And usually, even if the person is found guilty, they give the person a fine. So where you are keeping the person in custody for 2 weeks, hey, then you see us making noise. So please, as we are advancing this point, it's case specific.
Right.
It's case specific. It's the facts that will show. If it were murder, you say Evans has taken this in a gun, shot Appiah. When I say Evans, that's your cameraman, right? You are
Yes,
Evans,
yes.
right? And then Appiah. But today I don't see Appiah standing here.
He's
okay,
around. He's
good.
around, yeah.
So that one is different. So please don't take me out of context, because
That's right.
I go to court 5 days a week. That's where I make my living. So I won't just come here and say anything. It's case specific.
Right.
So in cases like this, that's how come in Kpebu number 4, the Supreme Court said, hey, 48 hours is 48 hours. Saturday, Sunday, holiday, strike. Even when the judicial service staff are on strike, they say no. Just come and listen. You'll find the Chief Justice office. They will process it, and the Chief Justice will give you a judge somewhere.
No matter the circumstance,
yes,
that 48-hour rule must apply.
Exactly. And then after that, they've gone through protocols saying that, hey, don't play with the liberties. But so far, the way we've dealt with the protesters, you see that we are not working our talk. You remember the protesters got bail on Monday around 11 o'clock, and the orders and the notice to the police got to the police the next day at what, 2 p.m. More than 24 hours. Something that's just two sheets of paper. Something that a properly trained stenographer secretary would type in 2 minutes. It took more than 24 hours. Then the police, we see, because we've not done proper protocols, it gets to them, they say, oh, we don't have men. So it means that we've not come out with enough reforms. We should have reforms that will show that, hey, these letters will come out 1 hour, whatever. From there, it goes to the police. The police will have a standby unit. I know currently police has a number of people. There are people even doing visibility. So IG has to reorganize the system so that you pull a bit of the visibility persons. So the person can be, so let's say, even at immigration, they used to have some of the visibility officers. So those who are near the police station, the police headquarters, so that if the court orders are coming, registrar should call even before the paper gets to the office at the police headquarters or wherever. So within there, then they call some people at the visibility unit. So it means that those persons are responsible for visibility and also going to check the residences of accused. So by the time the letter gets there, the policeman is there, ready. And then they take accused, and then the sureties, then they go and inspect, because the police will not release, and that's the law. Actually, it's the register's prerogative before the person is released from custody. If the bail is that it's with sureties, they would have to go and inspect the residence of the sureties. And even the accused, police won't let accused just go away when they don't know where his abode is, right? You see that these administrative things delay us. And also you see that currently we don't even have anything about Saturdays and Sundays, how the process should work. So once you are given bail on a Friday and you are not able to meet it, Saturday no business, Sunday no business, then come and continue on Monday. No, we don't understand. We don't understand it. And it's a shame, because this one, when I was coming, the thought that came to my mind was that, but I thought we are all agreed that they say civilization started from Africa, right? We were the first.
Well, yes.
So it's not surprising. In some of these things, we've been lazy. Then the white man came and took over from us. Because if we are all agreed that civilization started here, how come that today? You see how they've gone ahead of us miles. These are some of the things. We are refusing to think. We are refusing to do self-introspection. And then it's just like now, it's all about money. This is our society, money. Get rich anyhow, or just die trying. We don't place personal liberties first. If we did, these things shouldn't be happening in 2024. So back to Oliver's side, as we've said, so please, let's round up on this chapter before we come back to Oliver's side. So we'll beg Chief Justice to get a committee, invite us, we'll come and give free opinions on how we can reform this bail system in terms of the administrative structures, because it's too embarrassing. Did you guys interview Appiah governor, right? Yes, it's a shame. You see, a lawyer had to go to jail. Of course, not convicted. When I say jail, in other words, custody, in order to bring these matters to the fore. It's bad. And you see, the registry will close at 4 p.m. How? When JM is preaching 24-hour economy. 4 p.m., yes, the registrar who came to work at 7:30, 8 o'clock, yes, he goes. Another one should take over. But I
thought that they had started some system like that.
That's afternoon courts. all closing at 4 p.m. So it's CJ starts. Yes, it's a good initiative. The afternoon courts that the CJ is piloting in Adenta, Amasaman, etc., and I think around La area there. Yes, that's good, but we need to do more so that we really bring to bear the 24-hour economy. Because if we say personal liberties are priceless, we can't lock the offices at 4 p.m. and go home. When persons have been admitted to bail, and then we say, well, it's 4 o'clock, we are going home, go, just continue in custody. We'll come how many hours, maybe 16 hours later, or so, to come and continue. No, the process cannot truncate because we are closing at 4 p.m. At 5 p.m., another registrar should continue the process. At 7 p.m., continuation, so that it's possible that the accused will be released. We need to reform the law. This is archaic. Please, let's remind ourselves that civilization started here. If civilization started here, how are we reclaiming it? Because this is no brainer. If you just put a committee together, CJ Tokonu, we beg you, put a committee together, we'll do a good job and we'll just change the law, because we can't continue to punish ourselves like that. Because right now, I'm sure some people already are getting iPhone 16, right? iPhone 16 was just released. You wait, you see the number of people holding iPhone 16, see the cars. So what I'm saying is that when it comes to material wealth, we want to be at par with the developed world. But when it comes to personal liberties, it's nobody's business. It can't work like that. So tying it up on Oliver's matter, so return to that chapter. So you see that the High Court judge gave an indication that it's not just an indication, that's not putting it right. So he's giving a roadmap, right, that the circuit judge should admit Oliver to bail within 72 hours. I mean, if the trial will not start within 72 hours. Yes, that's why his orders were that the circuit judge, that's to say, Justice Obri Yebua, should admit Oliver to bail if the trial will not start within 72 hours. And so when the case went back to the circuit court, yes, it became clear that it will not start within 72 hours. But Justice Obri asked that the lawyers come formally, that's put the application in writing. I just hope that this time they will expedite. Let's give meaning. Let's give meaning. This will be the team as we keep fighting Galamsey. Let's give meaning to the principle that personal liberties are priceless. Let's give meaning to it. And also let's give meaning. You see, police, in this case, you see the part of the case that showed that the IG himself admit, Dan Parry and his team, they admit that they kept at least 2 protesters beyond 48 hours. Yeah. Please, we are not kidding with that rule. That's Martin Kpebu number 4 versus Attorney General number 4. IG Dan Parry. That should be the last time. We are not kidding with it. We are not kidding. That's a decision in 2019. And Supreme Court laid out the procedure. This is not the first time. You remember when Oliver was arrested a few years ago, this E-levy matter? That was the same thing. They kept him beyond 48 hours. We made a lot of noise showing that no, look, even if it's Saturday, you have to, the CJ is shown the way. You get registrar. There's a protocol. Registrar will have to reach judicial secretary. And then there's a way for them to arrange for a judge to sit on the matter on Sunday. It is Sophia Ekufu didn't know why she was doing the whole Supreme Court. It was a unanimous decision. And that was Sophia Ekufu's last judgment before she retired in 2019. That was we call it valedictory judgment. So that's what she rose with. So the Supreme Court knew what they were saying. Well, unanimously in 2019, that 48 hours is 48 hours. And after that, they gave Chief Justice Eni Yebua 6 months to roll out how to access the court on Saturdays, Sundays, public holidays. And then from 2019, this is 2024, and we are just still breaching people's fundamental human rights as enshrined in Article 14. This cannot continue.
Well, I we'll see. Ask, it's a very important submission, but so what reliefs exist for the likes of Oliver or anyone who suffers the impunity of the institutions of state in disregarding the directives of the court? Because like Martin is saying, it's not the first time, it's referred to another time.
There have been a number of instances.
Yeah, you can have 1,001 issues with Martin in life, but you cannot disregard the work and his contribution to the issues around this and the human rights of people. So Martin, I'm asking for education. We can't have the recourse just being on radio or TV and shouting, nagging or whatever, and people continue to have their way. What recourse can we have beyond shouting?
So the number one that, well, maybe I shouldn't say number one. One of them, the easy ones, is to sue the police. Okay, you sue the police for compensation. But in no court, it takes time. So I would rather you just release the person or went to court within 48 hours than to give the person money. You, senor, see the kind of work you do. You know, so the point I'm making is that, touch wood, if you were kept beyond 48 hours, you lose a lot more in business than the sum the judge will give you some years later when you finish the case. That's how come I'm not interested in the compensation. But in law, when they keep you beyond, and I'm sure the protesters are going to sue. Even currently, NACOP kept somebody, an accused person, beyond 48 hours like that. Yesterday we were in court. We are preparing to sue NACOP because we warned them. We said, listen, it's 48 hours. I mean the Narcotic Control Commission. How? 48 hours is 48 hours. They just elbowed us. They refused. They thought they will sue. Other people are suing. There are cases in court. But the point is that it's even good you have mentioned. So when you look at the amount, the kind of work you do, the point is that those things, when you sue, so far I'm not aware of a compensation that has even hit 200,000. But I know from the work that you do, you would rather be out and continue than to wait. None of the company, even 100,000, I'm not aware of a judgment where an accused got 100,000. The last one I did, so over 6 years, he got 30,000. What's 30,000 to you?
And then, so the question, so and who pays for it?
Right.
The state will pay.
This is my problem with this entire kind of thing. People leverage offices of trust, abuse citizens, abuse the state, and when there's a cost to it, the state pays. It's my
it is you and I who pay, not
exactly. So, I mean, there has to be some kind of reform where when people do some of these things glaringly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what negligence, criminal negligence or something? There must be something.
Yes.
Because you cannot continue to create cost.
Duty.
Yes.
The relation of duty.
You know, it's a thought matter. We can't continue like this. You can do whatever it is in the name of whichever office that you hold, and you know that if there's a consequence, I mean, you're just going to have the state continue to pay for it. It's not on. And in addition, the reforms we should be looking at. If people may still abuse whatever it is, but can the courts actually set up special human rights courts that deal with this expeditedly with the mandate to cure this matter in no more than 2 weeks if there's any suit on the matter, because the facts are supposed to be open. It's not something that you keep kicking the can. If there's a judicial system to actually support the enforcement of these rights, people will be careful when they abuse it.
Thank you. You are right. You have a point. We have 2 human rights courts, but obviously what you are saying, that is not sufficient, because from what I've said, you won't get a decision in 2 weeks. No, it will take more than a year. And that's how come, as I said, no, let's begin to implement the law. So I hope Chief Justice Tokonu is listening. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. And I just want to take a look at the protesters over the week and some of the concerns that they had while in custody. And that will just round up this part of the conversation for us. Take a look.
Charlie, it's not easy.
How is it like? How is it?
Cell. 2 weeks in cell. It's down bad.
We are not our robbers.
How can they lock us up? 2 weeks in cell.
These are our rights. We are Ghanaians. How is it like in cells? How is it like in the cell? We are not having it easy. We are all suffering. We deserve our rights. I am not a thief. I am not an armed robber. The armed robbers and the thieves are there. Let's learn from them. So listen, how is it like in the cells?
3 days kenke. They feed us with 4 days kenke to eat. 3 people, 1 sardine. 3 people, 1 sardine to share. 3 people, 1 sardine.
How many times?
Twice in a day. Twice. Condemn food. Even a deaf person will eat that food.
You mean it? It's twice in a day.
Twice in a day.
Ghana.
Ghana
is for us.
We never eat their food.
Ghana does not belong to anybody.
We can never eat their food.
How is the condition like in the cells? How is the condition like in the cells?
21 people in 1 room at Abraka. Go and check today. 21 people in 1 room. Some of them go to coma. I have evidence.
Charlie, it's not easy.
How is it like? How is it?
Cell. 2 weeks in cell. It's down bad.
We are not our robbers.
How can they lock us up? 2 weeks in cell.
deserve our rights. We are Ghanaians. How is it like in cells? How is it like in the cell? We are not having it easy. We are all suffering. We deserve our rights. I am not a thief. I am not an armed robber. The armed robbers and the thieves are there. Let's learn from them. So listen, how is it like in the cells?
3 days kenke. They feed us with 4 days kenke to eat. 3 people, 1 sardine. 3 people, 1 sardine to share. 3 people, 1 sardine.
How many times?
Twice in a day. Twice. Condemn food. Even a deaf person will eat that food.
You mean it? It's twice in a day.
Twice in a day.
Ghana.
Condemn
Ghana
food.
is for us.
We never eat their food.
Ghana does
But
not
their food
belong
is
to
poisonous.
anybody.
We can never eat their food.
How is the condition like in the cells? How is the condition like in the cells?
21 people in 1 room at Abraka. Go and check today. 21 people in 1 room. Some of them go to coma.
Charlie, it's not easy.
How is it like? How is it?
Cell. 2 weeks in cell. It's down bad. Down bad.
We are not armed robbers.
How can they lock us up? 2 weeks in cell.
We deserve our rights. We are Ghanaians. How is it like in cells? How is it like in the cell? We are not having it easy. We are all suffering. We deserve our rights. I am not a thief. I am not an armed robber. The armed robbers and the thieves are there. Let's learn from them. So listen, how is it like in the cells?
3 days kenke. They feed us with 4 days kenke to eat. 3 people, 1 sardine. 3 people, 1 sardine to share. 3 people, 1 sardine.
How many times?
Twice in a day. Twice. Condemn food. Even a deaf person will eat that food.
You mean it? It's twice in a day.
Twice in a day.
Ghana.
Condemn
Ghana
food.
is for us.
We never eat their food.
Ghana does
But
not
their food
belong
is
to
poisonous.
anybody.
We can never eat their food.
How is the condition like in the cells? How is the condition like in the cells?
21 people in 1 room at Abraka. Go and check today. 21 people in 1 room. Some of them go to coma. I have a. Some of them go.
Well, so those were the concerns that some of these protesters had. One that stood out was that 3 people sharing 1 sardine and so on. But then again, it's bigger than that. And that's one of the issues that you talk about the reforms that has to be considered going forward. Let me acknowledge the Honorable Appiah Kubi is Member of Parliament for the Asante Achim North Constituency. He's a private legal practitioner as well. Council, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, my brother. Yes. And good morning to your panelists, especially my most respected senior, whom I associated over a long period of time in my life, and he was one of the contributors to shaping my political future. I appreciate that. Yes.
So you were NDC first before you crossed.
I saw him more as a statesman.
Yeah, right.
And in my development years, there were people that. In fact, one of my very cherished mentors is Dr. Abin Chambers. And he is NDC.
No, but you're NDC first.
I have never been NDC.
No, I mean, in spirit.
I think
he was our president, he was president, but senior political, but he was
I was then the SRC president, and I took
you were politically tinted SRC president.
Exactly.
It's all right. Gentlemen, it's okay.
Oh, no, that's not it. It is, no. This one I will defend him. The senior politicians were all here.
Everybody
those days, the funding politics was not really something that was on the table. No. The student politics funding, it started sometime in the 2000s. Not this time.
But what is good is good.
It's not to say you get something if the politicians want to
Professor
do something, but those days it wasn't about
LGBT.
It was
okay.
That doesn't mean I'm NDC.
Perfect.
No.
I commend
it's not NDC funding and all those
for the free SHS.
It's a serious thing.
Does it place me in a political situation or another? I am a statesman, and I want to continue to be a statesman.
Right.
So whoever does anything good to Ghana, I will support him.
Thank you. And the Appiah Kubi, thank you very much. You know, gentlemen, we'll talk about that.
So if the business, you want me to identify the businessman, it is you, Martin.
No, it cannot be. It certainly cannot be.
And I hear the money was never returned.
It certainly cannot be.
The money was shared.
Let me introduce the other one.
If anybody, so-called businessman, thinks that I or we have his money, you should come out. And whatever I am, I will resign now. if he comes out to say that we did not return his money, I will resign from my position.
He will come because it will identify.
So you return the money.
Oh, it was not returned.
We did not even take it.
Ask Kofi Adams. Kofi Adams said the money was not returned.
Was he there?
Ask him.
No, but it's okay. I don't have a problem.
You see, was he there? Martin Kpebu, when you do things like that, when people don't take you seriously.
Did you take the money?
What we are discussing is a serious matter. And don't forget that we are on national TV. And when you say that Kofi Adams said that the money was not retained,
it means that the money was taken.
Which is not a non-fact. Was he part of the meeting? And if anybody in the meeting came out to say that we even took any money from somebody, that is a different matter. But somebody who was not part of our grouping, somebody who was not part of that meeting, will rather come and tell you that somebody took money that was not returned. It means that, and you will believe it as a lawyer.
Oh, I do.
As a lawyer.
Okay. All right.
Then it challenges your credentials as a lawyer.
Okay. Thank you. So you are saying that the money was returned. You didn't.
I said that I have told the world that some attempt was made to influence us with money, which was rejected. So rejection, what does it mean? Rejection means receiving before returning. Does rejection mean receiving before returning? And you are a lawyer.
No, don't worry. I believe
Attempt to criminal is an offense.
Yes, but how do you insult me?
It's not fair. It's not fair.
How do you insult me? You don't have to joke with situations like this.
Thank you.
And he being a lawyer, that is why.
Okay.
It's a crime,
the kind of lawyer that he is. So what would you do?
Section 20, is it 26?
So what
it's a crime not to report a crime.
Okay. What would you do?
I would have reported
So
it.
if you find that as a crime, why don't you report yourself?
But you have to report.
Thank you. So the only thing that is left of this matter is for you to also let us know the identity of this businessman.
Thank you.
But Nelson Roxon Dafiameko is the member of parliament for the. No, it's fine. Let me. You don't want to tell us who the businessman is, so let's move. You don't want to tell us. Now, Honorable Dagamo, good morning.
Thank you very much. Let me use the opportunity to say good morning to my co-panelists, especially senior Kpebu, senior Kpebu, and my father, Honorable Austin Gavin.
Thank you.
I haven't seen him for some time, and of course, senior whose constituency Galamsey is rife.
Okay.
My former SRC president.
Who says
and seniors,
my constituents are listening to you.
And my constituency, Peking Palik Pevetongo in South 9.
Right.
Good morning to you.
Thank you. Morning. Thank you very much. And you have your former SRC president here, so you must just behave.
Must show respect.
Indeed.
But you didn't show respect to me as your senior at the bar. You are attacking me, eh? I'm your senior at the bar. You said I'm not a lawyer.
But you see, for as long no, it's fine. For you see, I don't want us to. For as long as you are not,
much as you want to attack, I have the capacity and potency to defend.
Yes, at
all times.
In the end, you will not tell us who the businessman is. So let's move on.
He will say you have to divulge.
I'm saying that the right to free speech includes the right to keep quiet.
No, when it's a crime, you don't have that right. Oh, okay. Section 26 of the Criminal Offences Act. All right. 25. I will read it out.
So while we are this week, something happened.
To provide evidence. Or for you to prove my guilt.
The videos that and the Appiah Kubi, you sent me those. We will show those videos. Do you want us to talk about those videos?
I have a right to remain silent if I so wish.
You don't have that right.
So it is your duty as a prosecutor to prosecute and bring my crime to the fore. Okay. And that is our jurisprudence.
No,
this is not the opposite.
This week.
And the lawyers should speak like lawyers.
Yes, and I'll read a section to you. You go on. It's a crime not to report a crime.
So why will you not report?
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Now so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. to my best of knowledge, without any biases. PENDREAM TV.